A female is either a virgin, married, or a widow. She's a virgin if she never had what we call sexual intercourse, or just say sex, but it's actually marriage. If you can check my other videos, you can learn that if you didn't know that what we call sex is marriage. Marriage is what we call sex. And so if a woman hasn't had what we call sex, she hasn't been married. She's unwedded. She's a virgin. Once a woman has marriage, what we call sex, the genitalia, the male and female genitalia, and I may end up just saying the words which I don't understand in this day and time with so much explicit stuff on the radio, in our music, in our movies, in our shows, that why we can't say simple words, excuse me, simple words like penis, vagina. Penis is not a bad word. Vagina is not a bad word. Why we have to censor these things? If a woman has sex, talking about penis and vagina sex, which also causes babies to be born, fertilization, pregnancy. When a woman has marriage, what we call sex, for the first time, she loses her virginity. She is no longer wedded. She is no longer unwedded. She's wedded. She's no longer unmarried. She's married. And the guy that she has given her body to for the first time is supposed to have her for life. If you're a Bible believer, it says in Romans 7th chapter about how the woman is bound to her man as long as he liveth. But once he dies, then she's allowed to deal with another man. In the Bible, it talks about men having more than one wife, can have more than one wife, rather. But if they are a bishop or a deacon, they cannot have more than one wife because they need time to dedicate to the church. And the more women that they have, the less time they'll have to dedicate to the church. That's why bishops and deacons cannot have more than one wife. They must be the husband of one wife. But any man that's not a bishop or a deacon can have more than one wife. It's throughout the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament. All right? A woman is either a virgin, meaning she hasn't been married, meaning she hasn't had what we call sex. Remember, we call it sex. It's not sex. When you do that for the first time, that's marriage. And then every time you do it after that, it's just being active in your marriage. And what divorce is cutting off what marriage started, which is what we call sex. When you cut off sex from somebody, you have divorced them. You have divorced them. That's real divorce, a breakup. A divorce is not what we call a lawsuit where, you sign a so-called marriage contract, which isn't marriage, it's a business contract. And later on you decide, I don't want to do business with you no more. So you get a lawyer and do a so-called divorce. And you divide up the assets and financials and so forth. That's not divorce. That is breaking up from someone that you had a business with, that you started a business with. A real divorce is simply a breakup. She's either a virgin, married, or widow. If her man if a man happens to die and she's still alive, she is a widow. That's by definition. A widow is a female. Only a female can be a widow. Men cannot be widows. Males cannot be widows. Only females can be widows. And a female is a widow when her man that she gave her body to is dead. And her being a widow she's available for other men. But when she's married, naturally, biologically, biblically, even in the Quran, for those who believe it, the woman is limited to one man, biologically, biblically, and Quran, but and also science. But in our world, she's free. All right. So a woman is either a virgin, married, or widow. All this single stuff, I'm single, but yet you still got a dude that you gave your body to who's still alive. It says in the Bible about if a man puts away his wife, that the man who marries the woman that's put away commits adultery. So we actually commit adultery when we're dealing with these women who say that they're single or not. And and they got a dude still alive and we banging them, then we're actually committing adultery.